everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sewing project. I haven't done a sewing project in a really long time because I haven't really got a sewing machine, or I don't have a lot of space to lay patterns or anything like that, but I do enjoy sewing, so I thought I would have a little go today at making something I've wanted to make for a really long time. So today we are making a 1950s style hood. I will put some pictures here. 1940s, 1950s, basically it's a cute little hood that you pop on to protect your hair. I thought, why not have a little go, because it looks pretty easy. I don't have a pattern for this, so I have to make a pattern first, so hopefully that will be a success. First of all, we're going to need some things to make this, so I actually filmed us going to our local fabric shop and picking up some bits and bobs, so I'll pop that in now. So as you've seen, there were some quite tough decisions there. I initially had it in my head that I wanted to make it out of cotton with a satin lining because I wanted it to not cause friction on my hair. It just sort of got to a point where it was going to be quite a lot of work. This is the first product I've done for a while. I wanted to keep it nice and simple. So we ended up going for this black jersey. It will match everything I wear anyway. It's got a little bit of stretch to it, which will be nice. I think this is a good way to start. It's a really good quality jersey actually, and it was about £9 something a metre, so I only got a metre of it. This is tube jersey, so it's already double layered obviously, so it should make it easier when I'm cutting out the pattern. Whilst I was there, I also grabbed some black thread. This is the Gutermann all-purpose thread, and I also got a needle threader because it has been a while since I had one of these because I keep breaking my other ones. Obviously other things you'll need will be like needles, pins, scissors, all of that stuff, something to measure your head with. If you have a sewing machine, I would greatly recommend it, but I don't have one like I said, so right now we are hand stitching. Oh, hello. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is try and get some dimensions going for my head, just so I've got them. I cannot find my fabric tape measure anywhere, only ones for hardware, so we're going to have to do this a bit of a weird way, but it's all good. I have just snipped off some thread and I'm just going to measure my head basically. I'm going to measure around. Did I cut enough thread? And then I'm also going to do from the middle of my forehead all the way around to the nape of my neck. Okay, so basically it's going to be the head shape with the ties, but I want a little sort of point. I want it to end a little point here. Okay, so here is some wrapping paper. This is something that I watched a couple of YouTubers like Bernadette Banner do. I've lost my pencil. Where have I put my pencil? I literally just had it. Okay, 30 centimeters. That way. Okay, I've drawn out my pattern. I'd like to point out that I've never drawn a pattern before. This is all just me, I don't know, messing about and seeing if I can do it or not. Let's cut this out. So I think this is our pattern. Having looked some up on Pinterest, it doesn't look too dissimilar, so hopefully I've done an okay job. It goes on like that, and then it will tie underneath. Let's get it pinned onto our fabric, see how it goes. Oh my god, I'm a bad opening pins as I am opening food. Something I would add is this fabric is the same inside as outside, so I don't really have to worry that I have to flip it inside out or anything. This is boring. We are pinned. Now we can cut. So I pinned the back seam along the fold because I thought that was going to make it so much easier for me when I sew it that I won't have to sort of do this back seam. next thing to do is take off the pattern, pin all the bits that need sewing together, and then I can try it on. Hopefully this works. Hopefully I won't have to adjust it too much. I have gone to the school of Rachel Maxey, which is don't bother with a mock-up because that's boring. Fingers crossed for me. Some of this needs hemmed and some of this needs sewn. Really, I should have bought like, what do you call it? You know, stuff that goes on the outside, border stuff. I didn't do that. That was silly because I was right there looking at them. This year is a big year of the, it doesn't have to be perfect, you just have to do it. Which is something that I have a lot of trouble with. Even if this turns out a little bit wonky or lopsided, it's like, I'm doing it. Like that bit in Friends where Monica cannot tap dance. Stabbed myself so many times already. Don't know if the point at the back is too extreme yet. Let's turn it inside out. This is what we have. I probably could make this a little bit smaller. And I might take it, oh look, it's so high up. And then this could probably come in a bit more, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy with the fit. That's too pointy, that's stupid. So I'm just gonna adjust this now. So I think I'm just gonna cut it. I've made that a lot less extreme. So now it's a much weirder point, and I've taken off the tip there because I just want it to be cute. I don't want it to be like an elf or, like Chris said, medieval witch coif. I think this front bit is too big still, like much too big. Okay, I've conferred with Chris. We've looked at some pictures of Pixie hood on the internet. It looks like I need to take it back to my hairline a bit more. I was gonna cut it and Chris was like, why don't you just fold it and hem it, which is a great idea. And I'm going to make this a lot flatter across the top because I think that's where it's sort of doing this like dippy thing. You can see on the original pattern, I made it quite high up, but actually this could just be straight. So that's good, I can adjust that pattern afterwards. So it's more like straight across. Okay, so it still peaks a little bit. I'm just gonna go with it basically. I don't want to keep chopping off bits, so I'll probably end up like invisible stitching it because I always think that looks like the nicest finish. And then I'm thinking I might embroider onto that. I'm gonna get back to you once that is sewn and we have our final little try on. I have Buffy on, and yeah, let's get sewing. Okay, it feels like I've been sewing for hours, but I'll show you what I've got so far. I've sewn up the little back bit here. This is the hood, and then all along the length, as well as hemming these bits back so that they sort of go more to my hairline. And now I've just spent ages and ages pinning all of this bit on the inside. Just a nice little hem to make it look a little bit nicer, not a raw edge. So now I have to sew all this. If you have a sewing machine, I would 100% recommend doing this on the sewing machine, but I do not have one currently in my possession. I do actually have sort of 3 sewing machines. Oh, wow, I mean, amusingly really. 2 of them are in storage. One of them is from the 1920s. It's a crank handle machine. However, it got a little bit broken when we were keeping it in storage due to some flood damage. We need to find a specialist to get that fixed because, you know, it's 100 years old and we would like to restore it. And it worked fine before it went into storage. I have another one that was from the 1960s, and that one is like a powder blue metal machine with a wooden base. And that one, honestly, like 4 stone. It is the heaviest thing ever, but also currently in storage, I can't use it. Then I have one that I was given recently, which is one of those tiny little hobby machines. However, when we tried to use it, it wouldn't work properly. So when I took it apart, we found that one of the cogs is broken on it. I keep meaning to glue it and clamp it together, but I just keep forgetting. Yep, I don't have one really that works or is with me at the moment. So hand sewing it is. And when I want to do a little project like this, you know, hand sewing's fine, it just takes a long time. Well, now I've got to have cuddles with this one, so I guess I'm not sewing just for a little while. Hello, it is quite a lot later now, and I've been sewing for literally hours. I thought I'd show you just what I've done, and then I'll talk you through what I need to do tomorrow. I have changed into my PJs. So this is what we have. It looks like this. You can wear it like a little hood. I think Chris is a little skeptical about it. Really, I'll be wearing this with like a wave in my hair, so hopefully once I have vintage hair and makeup on, it would look like a lot more the part. The main bit of the work is done. I will catch you tomorrow and we will finish this off. And welcome to day 2 of this 24-hour project. My voice is not very with it yet. So I was thinking about it all night, and I think I'd quite like to do another spiderweb themed hat. I know I have my beret already, but I might do that and then do a little spider on the tie. I think that could be really cute, and it helps me use up my silver thread. I am going to tidy up my mess from last night to get everything I need ready and make a coffee. And I'll catch you back in a sec. I'm going to design the spider web now. I don't want to go over the top with it, but I think it would be cute if it started in the point. So there was lots of spider web inspired things from the 20s through to the 50s. And that's kind of what I'm going for here. Maybe something like this, although not such big. I think they're roses actually in here. Here's another example. Oh, and here's a great example. She's got it just there. So we're going to do something similar to that basically. And you can see spiders were a big part of the design, so I am going to put a little spider on the edge here as well. For this I've got some white thread, I've got my silvery thread. This is really hard to sew with, but I'm going to use it. I also thought it might be cute to put a little heart on the spider, but we'll see how that goes. I've got a needle, I've got my thread out, I've got my scissors, and then I've got a aquarelle pencil so I can mark on. So I can... Okay, so if you watched my spiderweb video, you will know that I did a base of white first, and then I went in with the thread, and I think I'm going to do the same thing basically. This should be a little bit, I don't want to say easier, I don't want to jinx myself. The beret was quite a loose knit compared to a jersey knit. I'm only doing this on one side. I quite like the idea that you look at me one way and it's like just black, and the other way it's like this cute spooky design. I think I'm gonna do this at 3 strands, so I need to separate my embroidery thread. I'm not gonna make it too long either because that's how you get in trouble. So yeah, let's get going. I just thought I'd give you an update. I am done with the main cobweb at last. Oh my gosh, I've been sewing this for so long. I'm glad that I decided only to do one side of the hood with this cute little motif. Now I just need to do a little spider wiggly bit of silk and then embroider this guy on, and then I am done with it. I guess next time I see you, I'll be showing you style, so I will see you then. Okay guys, so this is it, the final finished Pixie hood. I'm pretty pleased with how it came out for making my own pattern from scratch and adjusting it and sewing it. I really like it. I think it looks quite vintage once you've got the makeup and everything on. I'm really pleased with it. If I was to make this again or another one, I would definitely consider going the cotton satin route because, you know, obviously inside this doesn't have a lining currently, so it is kind of like pulling on my hair and fuzzing it up and stuff. Something that's really good about this hood is if you don't have a lot of time to do vintage hair and you just need to chuck a hood on, I literally just put one single roll in my head and I can go about my day. All in all, I think this probably took me about 10 hours to make, start to finish. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, then please like and subscribe to this channel for lots of lovely vintage content, hopefully coming up very soon. I make videos every Sunday and I hope to see you around. Bye.